Growing up as a child, one of my favorite activities was to make homemade Play-Doh. We made it because it was inexpensive and it was a good activity for all the kids to do together. It created a lot of memories for us, and it was great for me as a child growing up and learning about it. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Play-Doh benefits in general, homemade Play-Doh benefits, and how to make this homemade Play-Doh. To begin with, according to theimaginationtree.com, it helps a child learn fine motor skills. It helps them get their muscles and learn how to use their hands. It enhances their creativity. It helps them learn about science. It even helps them learn about social situations where they can take the Play-Doh and create stories out of it and show somebody else, look what I made, look what I created. It helps in literacy, and it helps in trial and error. Homemade Play-Doh benefits are a lot better. When you give a small child some Play-Doh, really the first thing he's going to want to do is to taste it, to put it in his mouth. So with homemade Play-Doh, it's better for a child that doesn't really know what to do with it just yet. The toxins and chemicals will not be in there. So if it's ingested, it's okay. It's not to be worried over. Homemade Play-Doh is cheaper. Sure, I mean, you have to go out and buy this stuff, but most of this stuff in here is really just homemade, home stuff you find in your cabinet on an everyday basis. Another thing, you can be more creative. If you can't find a certain thing in the store, you can find it, you can make it here at home. And now I'm gonna, well, according to education.com, making this homemade Play-Doh with your child it really helps them. It helps them with their math skills, and it helps them with the chemistry skills, and also helps them with their social skills. Now I'm going to show you how to make this homemade Play-Doh. Your ingredients that you're going to need is 1.5 cups of flour, food coloring of your choice. Today I chose red, 1 cup of water, 1/2 cup of salt, 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil, depending on how thick or thin you want your Play-Doh. And what I like to do is, I know you can't see it, but there's a tarp down here, so if you're making this on carpet, especially put it down there so it'll be an easy cleanup. Now to begin with, we're going to pour the water, our 1 cup of water, into our bowl. And we're going to take our choice of food coloring, which I chose red, and you can add as much or as little depending on how light or dark you want it. And I'm going to use a lot because I want mine kind of red, not really. And the next thing you want to do is take your spoon and just mix that up really well until it's all blended together. Next, you're going to take your dry ingredients, your 1/2 cup of salt, pour it into your 1.5 cups of flour, and then you're going to take all that and dump it right in, and then make a mess like I did. And then you're going to take your oil and 2 to 3 teaspoons, just eyeball it, tablespoons I mean, just eyeball it, and then you're going to want to take it and mix it up really well. And I know it looks like it won't do anything at first, but it will get really thick. And you're just going to, oh, see, got to watch out for that. You're going to want to take it, mix it really well. Mixer might work better. But once it starts getting into that thick paste like that, that's when you can let your child just go in and start kneading it like you would any type of bread dough. And you just want to keep going and going. Now if it's like that, if it's too gooey, you can add more flour to it. Whatever you want, after you get it how you want it, you can add more flour to make it thicker. You can usually play with it right away, but for best results, I would suggest leaving it overnight, letting it sit in room temperature, not hot, not cold, but just room temperature, and then it should come out, your end product, depending on how you want, something like this. where it can be droopy like that, or you can just snap it apart and just build stuff with it and let your child's imagination just run wild. In conclusion, I think homemade Play-Doh is better for the environment, especially in today's green society. It's better for your child, and there's a lot of benefits that go in it.